Alright guys, as all of you know by now, this is my 85 Chevrolet Celebrity with the 2.8 V6 two-barrel carburetor, 3-speed automatic front-wheel drive. Wished it was kind of rear-wheel drive. It looks like it. I've had a lot of people come up to me and, oh, that's not rear-wheel drive. No, it's not. This is basically what has happened to it. You can kind of guess by seeing that oil spot underneath it right there, which it really don't look that bad like it does in camera. It's been there for, I'd say, 4 days now or something like that, so I mean it's kind of dried up. Anyways, I painted the rims. A lot of stuff has happened since then. Since the last video, the old start, cold start. Like I said, yeah, I painted the rims. I got 3 new lug nuts right there. You can see the chrome ones, 1, 2, and 3. I think I got some on the other side too. I did not get 2 new tires yet. I still got to do alignment. I still got to get 2 tires, and I got to change the title and everything over back into my name again. Let's see, what else? I gotta pay for the title fees and all that other stuff, and I gotta pay for the inspection fee and stuff like that. It's like $20 or 22 something because of the damn tinted windows I put on here. They say that's $10 extra for tinted windows. I think it's bullshit. Ain't got a damn thing to do with the damn inspection, so I don't see why the hell they need $10 extra for some damn tint. It's just stupid. There's this side. I don't think I put any notes back here. Yeah, there they are. So altogether, I've got 5 put on the whole car. Some of them were kind of going to strip out, and some of them didn't look too good, and I didn't trust them, so I went ahead and bought new ones. They ain't but like $1 and something a piece. They're not really that high. Anyways, to get to my point here, go ahead and open the hood. Alright, so I repainted the air cleaner. I put the battery back in, fixed the valve cover gasket, I put a new PCV valve, I put in new spark plugs that were $13, $40 worth of antifreeze, and the reason for, if you come down here to the housing where the thermostat is, if you see right there where that RTV stuff is, I had to go through and take this whole damn thing apart because I went ahead and I put a new thermostat in here. I wasn't getting very much heat, and it took forever, and finally when the car was already hot, I finally got heat, but it was barely heat. And I thought maybe my heater core was clogged up, or something like that. The coolant was green. I mean, it wasn't dirty or nothing like that, so I knew it wasn't that. I couldn't figure out exactly what it was. I thought maybe the thermostat had been taken out altogether, and I wasn't getting no heat. So I went ahead and pulled it off, and I had all the timing cover and everything apart since I didn't have no antifreeze in it. Went ahead and tore it apart. There was a thermostat in there, and when I tested it about a couple of times, it would open and close, but the third time or second time that I tested it, it stayed open. So that's a faulty thermostat. Yeah, it wasn't good. So I went ahead and changed it. And I put a new gasket in there, put it all together. Well, the thermostat had failed in between here and the gasket and the housing. When I bolted it down, I didn't know it. It left a little gap down here, and it started shooting antifreeze out onto the exhaust. When I took it down the road, I seen smoke come out underneath the hood. I pulled it back to the house, and there was antifreeze everywhere, burning on the manifold. Of course, it didn't leak now whenever I first started. That was the thing. When it got real hot, that's when it started leaking. That gas expanded, and it left that gap open, and it had room to leak. So anyways, so I had to drain all the antifreeze out, take that thing back off, get a new gasket because it bent the whole gasket all up, and I put it back on there and had to redo these ground wires. That one's new. If you see right down there, you go right down there. Them are new. I had to put new ground wire, the little clips on the end of them because they broke off. The antifreeze evidently got a hold of them and corroded them, and it wasn't grounding anymore. So, anyways, that's fixed. That's a good thing. So I'm getting new ground now for something. I guess for my ignition. Don't run much of a difference, but it's a plus. Anyways, so I had to buy 2 more jugs of antifreeze because when I took the other out, I spilt it everywhere, and half of it was gone anyways because of the leak. By the time I got back to the house, it done took half of my antifreezes out. I mean, I looked down in the radiator and half of it was gone. I mean, it was half full in the radiator, so I went ahead and had to buy 2 more jugs of antifreeze, 2 gallons, and that was $20. So that's $40 altogether in antifreeze just for nothing because of the damn leak. Anyways, spark plugs. I had a missed problem. I found out what that was. For some reason, the mechanic that had the car when I picked it up and brought it home had switched the cylinder number 2 and cylinder number 4 spark plug wires. I do not know why that was switched, and I have a feeling it's because he was trying to sucker at my grandma and make her think that it had a miss. So he went ahead and he replaced it. Well, or he didn't replace it. I replaced it because I thought it had a miss. And turns out all it was just the wires were switched, and that was causing the issue. I thought maybe the distributor was going out. I thought maybe the spark plug wires had a problem in them or something, So I went ahead and got my tester out, and I checked each one of these while they were running, and it was, I can't remember which cylinder. I think it was this one and this one. But anyways, it was 2 and 4. And when I took them out, took the spark plugs out, I said, oh, they're filed out. So I put them back in there. It still ran the same. I was like, what the hell? So I went ahead and I bought brand new spark plugs for $13. Put it in there, and the damn thing's still missing. I'm like, what the hell is going on with this thing? And so I went ahead and I got my book out, and I looked at the book, and turns out the spark plug wires are switched. And I don't know why they were switched, but like I said, I've got a feeling that he did that shit to make her think, so it would get more money out of her. Telling her that, oh, it's got a miss, there's such and such this wrong with it, when all it was is just the wires are damn switched. I don't like that shit. That's mechanics I don't mess with. Even though that I've known him for a very long time, and he's the only one underneath this hood of this car, I'm not too happy about that. I don't like shit rigged up. I don't like the way this radiator fan does. Every time I turn on the damn key, the radiator fan comes on. I'll show you right now, I'm not kidding. Every time you turn on this key, this car hasn't been cranked at all. It's not been cranked. It's not hot. That is cold. Cold, cold. Dead cold. You turn it on, when the lights come on, see? Fan comes right on. Every time. Every time. And it gets very annoying because when it's cold outside, about 25 degrees, and you're trying to start this thing doesn't get warmed up as quick because of that damn fan. The fan comes on all the time. So evidently he's rigged it up to the switch, so every time you turn it on, it comes on. And I don't like that. Or it could be just a relay or something. I'm not sure exactly what this relay's for. I didn't look it up in the book yet. I still got to do a couple things to this car before it's said and done. To get back to what's going on, valve cover gasket's new, PCV valve's new, spark plugs are new, distributor cap's new, power steering belt's new, water pump's new, timing cover gaskets, timing chain kit, hoses, clamps. We got clamps back there, repainted the air cleaner. Let's see, a new crankshaft seal. I've spent money here. Water pump's $30, timing chain kit's $30. The gaskets for this was $16. Then the valve cover gaskets were $10 or $12 or something like that. I forgot how much they were. I got the top brand because I was tired of the damn leaks that it's having. That's my main concern about this car is I can't get the leaks to stop. I fix one thing and then here comes another thing. It's just on and on and And the car has 292,000 miles, so I mean, it's gonna have some leaks, but damn this shit. I mean, it's just, I fix one thing and everything's good, and then all of a sudden, here we go again. I've only got 5 minutes left. So what had happened was I fixed the radiator leak, or the thermostat leak, and I take it down the road, and I found out it's doing good, and I'm like, yeah, I fixed the leaks. Woo, I'm excited, and I get on it a little bit and flush it out because it's been sitting for 4 months. I mean, it's going through the gears good. All the fluids are up like they should be. I've got good hot heat, and I bring it back, and then I find these drips, and then I get underneath, and there's that. Except the car was pulled up a little bit more. The car's pushed back now, so it's actually over top of this. You couldn't see it like you do now, but it had put oil everywhere, and I get underneath it, and there's oil everywhere. I mean, it's all over the harmonic balancer. The belts are still kind of greasy. I got to clean that off. You can see down there, barely. New radiator hose, that was $10. You can see my RTV silicone right there, that red stuff. You can, and I put that on there, and I put everything together, but come to find out, it's either my neighbor's fault, which I can't blame him. He was helping me out because it had been sitting for 4 months, and I didn't have all the equipment that I could use or have on hand to keep me from going back and forth to the auto parts store to get this and that and a crowbar and stuff like that I didn't have like on hand. I did rent the tools to use to take this stuff apart, like the harmonic balancer and puller and installer, and the timing gear puller and installer, stuff like that. So anyways, let's see. So I wash it all off, I drive it again, and it comes to find out that when the car sits and runs, it doesn't leak. You don't see it. But if you drive it up the road, say all the way up there, I'm talking all the way down there, and turn around and come back, and by the time you come back and park it right here, it's leaked everywhere. Like there's oil everywhere again, and I can't figure out why. It's either the crankshaft seal right behind the harmonic balancer that goes into the timing cover, or it's the gasket inlet that meets together between the oil pan and the timing cover. There's a gasket, a little thin gasket, about that thin or so, that goes between them two to seal off the oil from coming out. Now, whenever I initially took the timing cover off the first time to fix this, it didn't have a gasket. It had silicone stuff on there, because from the factory, they do not put any gaskets on there. If I ain't mistaken, they do that on valve cover gaskets too. Not exactly sure on that, but yeah, it had no gasket. It had that silicone stuff, and evidently it finally broke loose, because this thing, she got it in 87, and it's lasted this long, and it's got 292,000 miles. So I'm saying, that's pretty damn good, because when I got this car, it had 170,000 miles or something like that, and I put that many miles on it. Going to the store, going to school, stuff like that. Anyways, but like I was saying, it only does it whenever you drive it, and I don't know why. And when I come back to, my valve cover gasket had blew or something, either that or the gasket underneath here. If you don't set it on there right, it will leak out oil and spray it everywhere. So I'm thinking it could be that. But anyways, if you have any questions at all, or any help to help me out to figure out why it's doing this, or some kind of high temp, some really good shit that I can use to stop this stuff from leaking, that would really help. Anyways, thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe. Continue on next video. Thanks.